put it on neutral.
233 to Swanley.
Oh, he's going back home, innit? I hear that red blind is changing. Yeah, he's setting it to not in service, innit? After this, he's logging off. Thanks for the ride, man. And just like that, he's off. I knew he was subbing, bruv. The way he's fully pushing that pedal to the max, fam. Bro, I swear down, yeah. I swear on my life, yeah. These 2010 plus E200s with the Allison gearbox, it's bro. I've already heard about Allison using their own fuel sense software, just like how Voith used their sensor software to determine how the gearbox shifts. So I know for a fact that these Euro 5 E200s, these Euro 6 E200s, they don't have kit down. They don't have kit down. None of them have kit down. It's the setting. The setting can be changed. I swear on my life, brother. Because I've noticed there's 3 different ways Allison E200s can shift. There's the one where they shift like that. That's the lowest mode. And then there's the one where they shift lower on the first gear, then the other gears they shift a bit higher. And then there's the one where they shift higher throughout all the gears. And then there's the one where they shift just like the Euro 4, Euro 3 darts when the pedals push to the max. I know, this is what I'm talking about. These modes that these gearboxes can be set to, it needs to be discovered and talked about a lot more than it is. Do you get what I mean? It's barely talked about. All that's talked about is kit down. We're not talking about the modes. Like, hold up. You tell me these gearboxes. Nah, these gearboxes of today, they're actually way more interesting than the old school kit down thing. Because you can actually, like, pick your own mode. Like, there's multiple different modes you can set the gearbox to behave. That's way more interesting than just kit down. Kit down just chooses one way, or you want it off. But these gearboxes, they're softwares. There's multiple different modes you can set it to. That's way more entertaining than kit down, bruv. Huh? But the problem is, the bus community, the fan base hasn't really gotten a whole look at all the modes you can set these gearboxes to yet. And I'm gonna try my best to help people with that. You know, one day I'm gonna take it upon myself to go to a bus garage, right? I'm gonna organise a day where we get the laptop out and we change the gearbox computer mode, yeah, throughout all the modes you can set it to, and I'll be recording it and I'll be showcasing all the modes you can set the gearbox to. I don't know if it will happen soon, but it will happen one day for sure. That's for sure, man. I'll do it on a Voith. Bus, man, because we need to show people that these gearboxes, they don't just shift one way. There's a reason why kit down's been completely wiped out now. It's not just to make the things foreign, because there's no need for it. There's different modes you can set it to. And also the kit down, right? There's a switch below the pedal which you can turn on and off. If your bus is shifting late and you don't see no switch below the pedal, that means it's not got kick down. The mode's just been changed. The mode's just been changed. How it works is, right, you get the gearbox computer, right, and then you connect it to a laptop. Right. Now, all these gearboxes, they have their own types of softwares that they use. All these gearbox manufacturers. Voith have created their own sensor top software. ZF have created their own top-of-the software. And Allison have created their own fuel sense software. It's called Fuel Sense. Now, Allison, ZF and Voith all started doing these softwares of their own in replacement for Kitdown around the same time, like 2010, 2009, 2008. And I actually prefer these, because you can actually specify the mode you want to set the gearbox to, right? Rather than just Kitdown on or off. There's multiple different modes you can set, but no one's gone really in depth into it. I've heard word about it, but no one's showcased it. No one's actually shown how late you can get these gearbox to shift based on the mode, how overkill you can set the mode to for the gearbox. No one's actually talked about that, and it's actually frustrated me. No one's actually showcased that. People just think, oh, Kickdown's gone, it's over, buses are dying. No. If these garages were really bothered, if there was enthusiast engineers, if there's more enthusiast engineers, trust me, we can get that all back. Plus, it's not that much of a loss, really. The buses they're designed to shift later up hills. So it's not like the high revving days are over. Well, not high revving, because buses don't even rev high. Like, late shifting days are over. You can still get that shit uphill. That's what people don't realise. That's if your driver's pushing it to the max, though. Like, pushing the pedal fully. Basically, a lot of buses, since we've got these new gearbox softwares, a lot of buses are set on eco mode. That's what all these gearbox manufacturers name it, eco mode, right? Basically, eco mode is where, to make use of fuel consumption and fuel economy, right, the bus will shift later uphill to make use of more power, to use more fuel where needed, to get more power up the hill, because that's the bit where buses are mainly the slowest. And as you may know, buses are rear-wheel drive. Well, majority of buses are rear-wheel drive. I don't know any bus that's all-wheel drive in the UK, but rear-wheel drive vehicles, typically, they struggle up hills more. So it's going to need more power uphill. So it's just so the gearbox computer on eco mode, it will make the gears shift later uphill, and it will downshift earlier uphill. And it depends on how steep the hill is. If it's a really steep hill, it will shift hella late. If it's only moderate, if the steepness of the hill is moderate, it won't shift late that much, but it'll shift a bit later. Do you get what I mean? And then there's other modes, but the community hasn't looked into that. With top of them, there's power, there's superpower as well, and there's also other modes. There's other modes you can set it to. No one's really looked into that. And there's only some Voiths recently. There's only a few. It's only like a minority of Voiths that have had their gearbox settings changed. No, not the settings, the mode. The mode. Because there's set settings that you can change the mode to. It's not like the engineers remap it themselves and they think, what should I set this shifting point to? I'll set it to this one. I'll set that gear shifter point to this one. No, they don't remap it like that. It's not like they're remapping horsepower. Well, you could say they technically remap it because they have to open up the laptop and, change the mode. But all they're doing is changing the mode. That's all they're doing. It's not like they're typing in the number of the time that the gears should shift at. They're just changing the mode. Like, it's a set mode. It's like how you change your car to sport mode. That's literally what it is, but you're doing that on a laptop. Do you get what I mean? Like, you know when you set your car with automatic transmission to like sport mode, you know that's literally what it is, but you're just setting it on the computer. It's not remapping. You're just changing the mode, innit? But nah, man, we need someone out here that actually looks more into depth on that for buses, man, because there's so much little info like that on buses in this community that's just so overlooked on and not talked about and not even known about. And then people assume you to know about shit like a bus model. If you don't know the specific bus model, if you don't know the specific garage a bus is from, you're stupid. A lot of people do that in this community. I've seen it happen a lot of times. You're cringe, you're this, you're that. If you get information on a bus wrong, it's stupid, man. It's actually stupid, man. You need to show more love in this community. Like, gently correct someone and say, it happens, bro. Because it does happen. We make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. Why are you getting offended by it? Nah, like, there's seriously people in this community, they'll get offended by you making a mistake on a bus. They'll get literally offended, bro. Or like your opinion on a bus. Like, don't get me wrong, yeah. You know when people overly exaggerate. No, the only thing that annoys me, yeah, is when people overly exaggerate how bad a bus is when they know other buses that they like that are literally the same or have the same problems. That's the only thing that annoys me, bro. That's the only thing that annoys me. But people saying that they lack a specific batch or they don't, a bus isn't really like, a specific bus batch isn't really their preference. Okay, I understand that. We just say this batch is bad in your opinion. I don't mind that. But then when you say, oh, this batch is awful, I fucking hate these awful, dreadful, tired ass things. This batch is awful. But when you also got local buses around you that you like because they're older or they got kit down that are just as dreadful and slow as well. Although no bus is dreadful in my opinion. You can give me the shittest bus, I'll still find beauty in it. You get me? Like, there's so many people, they expect the bus to be fucking perfect, and then that's why they get so fucking pissed off when it's limped or, it ain't got kit down. That's reality, mate. Nothing's perfect out here. You gotta appreciate the efforts that stuff make for you in life. Like, at least the bus is still working, at least the bus still makes noise, at least the bus still has a nice design, at least the bus is still within your control, at least your bus ain't catching fire, Like, people expect it to be perfect out here. This life ain't perfect like that.